It's time for Growing Hope, the show determined to grow up hearts open to pursue the extraordinary. Because you are extraordinary! And now, it's your host, Kathryn Lang.
Hello there, and welcome to Growing Hope. I am Kathryn Lang, your Hope Smith extraordinaire, here to guide us on this journey to have fun, make friends, and find ways to be relentlessly helpful while we gather all this hope up and build a foundation for standing against the shifting sands. This world is doing everything it can to get your focus off of your possibilities. But you are designed to live a bold and unique life. And the more you understand your boldness, the stronger you become in standing against what the world dictates. You are not like anybody else, so you cannot walk a journey like anybody else. You have to step out in your own path. And the more you understand that, the stronger you become in having hope in those hopeless moments. Over the last few days, we've really been adding tidbits that are going to let us hold tight to hope when it seems hopeless, or when the wall shows up, or when the pavement ends, because those things happen. I was on a trip with some friends, and I've shared this story before, but it never ceases to amaze me, because we were following the map. This is back before GPS, by the way. So we had a map, and we had the map out, and we're following the roads, and we decided to go the back road instead of the main road. And we saw that this turn would lead us to the condo where we were staying. So we took the turn and we're driving down the road, and fortunately we were going slow enough because we came to a sign that says pavement ends ahead. Being from North Alabama, we all assumed that meant it would go to gravel or chert. No. It meant the pavement ended into a bay. So we ended up having to back up, go back to where we started, and come back around the way that was more mainstream. So sometimes that's what happens. The pavement ends. And if you don't have hope and you don't have joy in those situations, it can be very frustrating. So we are invested in having the hope, a foundation of hope that is so solid it stands even in those hopeless moments. So the first thing is to make sure that you make God first. Invest in a Bible study like the 90 Days Through the Bible that will help you develop a habit of the Word being first in your life. The second point is to smile. Smiling really does make a difference. I posted something about this on Facebook about the second point, and share a smile. And so when you see the smiles on Facebook, it makes you smile. That's how smiles work, and that's why it's so important to smile. The third thing is to hold tight to the promise. And you can only hold tight to the promise when you know the promise. So invest in knowing the promise for yourself. And then you'll be able to stand in that promise even when everything that's coming at you tells you otherwise. The fourth point is to be okay with the tears. There are going to be those times when the tears show up. You know, my mom passed away in 2012, and there are still days when I come across something that was hers, or I do something that, like crocheting, that she would truly enjoy, and it hurts me not to be able to share with her. And there are times when the tears flow because of that. But all tears are is a release. My dad was telling me my grandmother had the saying that salt heals, and it's either the salt of the ocean or the salt of tears. And so thinking about that, when we're releasing the tears, we're healing the heart. When we are releasing good tears or bad tears, because it's a good memory or a bad memory, either way, it's still healing. and it releases this healing sensation and opens up a way for hope to flow in. So when the tears come, don't negate the tears and don't hinder the tears. Accept that they're healing the heart, and then they're allowing the hope to flow in. It's okay to mourn loss. It's okay to have that emptiness that comes up. It's okay to cry in frustration sometimes. As long as you accept those tears, allow those tears to be healing, and then remember the hope. Go back to yesterday, the promise. Hold tight to that promise. So even when those tears show up, and even when it doesn't look like there's a way out, or the pavement ends, you can back up, turn around, and find your way. That's the promise of hope. That no matter what, your way has been set. You just have to determine to lock onto it and keep going, even when the tears show up. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Growing Hope. I am Kathryn Lang. Connect with me over at snarkyrainbows.com, where we are definitely offering a little bit of hope and inspiration, always with that dash of twisted encouragement. You can also connect with me on Facebook as the Kathryn C. Lang, on Instagram as Kathryn C. Lang, on YouTube as Kathryn C. Lang, and on Twitter as Kathryn C. Lang. And I'm most active on Twitter and Facebook. I love Twitter. If you aren't on Twitter, Twitter chats rock. And if you have not yet gotten your free download of the guide for reading through the Bible in 90 days, just head on over to Snarky Rainbows, click on one of the blog posts, and go down to the bottom of the page and sign up and get your free copy today. Until next time, remember, be blessed and be a blessing.
Thank you for joining us for Growing Hope with Kathryn Lang, where we are sharing hope, encouragement, and inspiration to do more. Visit www.kathrynlang.com to invite Kathryn to be part of your event or to share your own stories of possibility living. Until next time, remember that a seed of hope planted and nurtured will grow up into a world of possibilities.